Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Okay, so Oscilab from 2Beat is very cool. Looks brilliant, performs very well. There's a lot you can do with this. So basically you get 2 drum parts, so 2 drum machines if you like, and 4 synth parts. We have a lot of control over all the different things. So basically, let's see, you can build scenes, so you can set up one pattern and then swap to another pattern. You can add effects, delay and a reverb, a bit crusher to each of the channels. You have mixers here and lots of different sounds and stuff you can play with, which we're going to run through, and lots of different ways to tune it as well, which is important. So this is a quick how it sounds, quickly how it sounds. This is one of the included tracks. So that was me playing with the scenes then that you can set up. So first of all, let's go into this little settings button here and let's create a new patch. Okay, so this is the new patch. So let's just say that. Very simple. Okay, so you can see that we can mute and solo each channel as well, and we have a choice of 1 bar, 2, 4, or 8. Okay, and the scene, once you add another scene, will cycle through its whole thing unless you have this not selected, which is wait to end. So you want wait to end and it'll run through its whole sequence and then drop seamlessly into the next sequence. Okay, so let's just unmute these for a sec. And this here, these little keyboards, if you hit this little tuning fork here, this is quite important. So these are the notes that will play basically. So you can have as many as you like, you can add loads or any you like, and you can set up your own scales. But the important thing to remember here is there's an E and an A will play. Okay, so if you add something like, if you just messed around and add them, it's not going to sound good. Plus you can transpose, and then if you hit there, it'll be like a wave. That means that the notes you put in will play freely. They'll follow the waveform, which I'll get to in a sec. So let's just open this one and let's show you what we can do with each of the synth tracks, if you like. Now, I'll just press play and press solo. So that's what you're hearing here now, which, remember, we have an E and an A. Well, that's probably an A. Just to give you an example, if I just switch the E off and we hit A, it's just octaves of A. Let's put the E back in. Now this little sequence that runs down along here, you can see, we can adjust. And this little plus button gives you different variations. And you can randomize. Okay, so we'll just go back to the 8s there. This little button here is our ADSR. Okay. Now here, where it says single oscillator, we can put another oscillator in. And this is where we can also change our waveform. Have some noise, which is cool. And if we go to oscillator B, we can make adjustments for that as well. And of course, it's all going to stay in tune. So there you go. Now here is where it gets a lot of fun. follow the wave. Let's just follow the note. So you can build up some very, very cool things, and then we can have a filter. And then we can adjust the resonance. And then we can, it's a low pass filter. And then the amplitude. Don't forget you can go freaky and take out the step. And of course we can adjust the pan. And also for these here, where you can adjust stuff, you can hit this little plus button and get different wave variations. And then you can adjust the phase as well, in a similar way that you can to Different Drummer, if anyone's familiar with that as well. It kind of works a similar way. So anyway, and then you can hit clear. And of course you can copy the wave and then paste exactly the same wave into another section. Okay, so there's oscillator B and oscillator A. Now another way we can do it, we can go frequency modulating and ring modulation. But just let's stick with our two basic oscillators. So we've set them up the way we want them. Okay, now another way to do it is we can hit samples. And you'll see that's on house bass now. And there's all the different proper samples we can use. Okay, or we can go back to our oscillators, which we'll do. Now, let's just start to add to our drums. Now we have 2 drum tracks, so 4 synth tracks, 2 drum tracks. Okay, so again we want to alter that. So let's add some snare and some hi-hats. Now that, we can do it basically grid programming the normal way, or if we hit this little record button here, we can use the pads along the bottom to add notes, which is very, very cool. And also we can choose from different drum kits, so we're not just stuck with an 808 here, so we could open that and we can choose from all these 15 different types of thing. 909, a Lin, let's stick with the 808 for now. Okay, so let's pop on back over there. Now let's call that scene 1, okay, to make things simple. And let's add another scene here. Now, as soon as we add another scene, this will automatically be copied to that scene. But what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to change the tuning for scene 2 to, we're going to drop down a tone. But we're going to do it on all of them because I may add some more bits. Okay, so we can see that's all the same there. And we can transpose if we want to. Now, oh, there's our tempo, by the way. So we're going to add this now. And let's take a sample for this. And let's just lower the volume for lead bass. And for this one, let's add a little bit of delay. Now we can add effects for all our tracks. We have a delay, reverb, and a bit crusher. Bit crusher is nice. And a bit of delay, reverb. Okay, let's go back to our mix. And let's add some more percussion on our separate percussion track. So So we know that's scene 2, so if we now drop back to scene 1, so you're starting to get an idea of how you can build up songs and tracks. So you are allowed up to 8. For each section, you're allowed up to 8 bars, okay, which you can adjust. Now, also as well, we can. I think I've covered some of the things in there. Most of the stuff I've gone through. So, although it initially looks quite complex, it's quite straightforward, and it's nice to play with, of course, and it looks great as well. So a couple of things on, oh yeah, the help is good as well. For each of the screens, you get these different help guides, which will let you work your way through the app quite simply. But it's quite easy to play with, you know. Remember the tuning, and we can add different, like I said, you have all of these different things if wherever I was playing. And different ways to adjust the sound, different drum kits to play with. Like I said, you get lots of different drum kits, which is cool. Now, the little effects up here is a global effects. Okay, so you have you know, for any reverb that you put onto the tracks, you can adjust the volume globally for those as well. Into the settings here. Now, a good thing here is that we can rename the track, or we can save, or we can browse, or we can create a new track, or we can create mixdowns. And I'm going to quickly show you what we can do with the mixdowns. So, for instance, if we start off with just let's solo that track, okay? And I'm going to press record, and then hit this big button here. So we've done our little mix there, which I think will be this one. And once we do that, we can select upload to SoundCloud, we can delete it, we can play it. So you can see it records exactly how you play it and any adjustments you make. But the cool thing is then we can hit open in. Oh, sorry, it was there. And put it into any of these. So you can put it into Cubasis or Aria if you've got Aria, or a Music Studio. And I don't know why Thumb Jam. Oh, or we can import it into Thumb Jam. But you know, that's very cool, because although it's not AB compatible at the moment and it hasn't got MIDI, I'm sure that'll come in future updates and more sounds and stuff. But I think at the moment this is absolutely fantastic. I think it's great. And of course you can add, you know, up to all these different scenes. So you can add a stack of scenes, obviously, and you can delete, confirm delete, and it'll delete the scenes as you go. I think the fact to remember the tuning thing is important as well, because that's the way you're going to be able to make good changes inside each scene, sort of thing, on program different scales for the notes to play and stuff. I think I've covered most things there, guys. Anyway, I think it's a super app. I think it's really, really, really well thought out and well done. And for the first release, it's relatively bug free. I know a couple of people had a few issues when we were talking about it over on the Audio Bus forum, but I'm sure they'll be addressed by the developer ASAP. So, guys, Oscilab from 2Beat. All right, I'll see you later.